We'll begin with the latest. The Mpumalanga government is considering declaring a state of disaster following torrential rainfall in parts of the province. Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs MEC Speedy Mashilo says the worst affected areas are Nkomazi Local Municipality, which needs at least 300 million rand for recovery efforts. The department is still assessing the full extent of the damages in all affected municipalities. That includes Mbombela, Mkhondo, Bushbuckridge and Thaba Chweu. 19 people have lost their lives in the province since November last year. The South African Weather Service has issued a level 10 warning for Mpumalanga and Limpopo. For more on this, let's now cross live to SABC News reporter Tumelo Machogo. He's in Mbombela for us this evening with the latest. Now, Tumelo, you've had quite a busy day in terms of monitoring the situation on the ground in Mpumalanga. If you can just give us what is the latest coming out on your end?
Well, indeed, Mbali, the devastation is such enormous in Nkomazi municipality, where a lot of people have lost their houses, or their houses have been submerged in water, where they've been waterlogged. And also some of the people saying that, they've lost everything inside their house. Everything is wet, including food, livelihoods, their furnitures, and saying that this is devastation because, some now their houses are also at risk of collapsing because of these torrential rains that have been ongoing in that area. But also, Mbali, what's more important is that the issue of now communities that have been cut off completely because of the roads that are inaccessible due to these rains. A number of villages still cannot be accessed in Nkomazi because of the rains, and also a number of villages also don't have water or electricity due to the rain. So you can imagine, so these communities now they're cut away from everything, and then they cannot get access to water, and also water tankers cannot even go to these communities and reach these communities. But also what's worrying the most is this flooded streams and flooded bridges, where people are still continue to cross these bridges because they want to access to want to go to work, they want to go to the clinics, or they want to go to the shops. But also authorities been warning them not to do so because already the death toll has been increasing in the province, and this could actually lead up to more death in the province. That's why now the authorities are warning the public not to go into these flooded streams. The Crocodile River, which is also very close there in Nkomazi Port, which is also in Nkomazi municipality, is also starting to brim up with water. Water is rising up. The levels of water is still continue to go up, and that is a risk on its own, but also a risk that the crocodiles that are in the water will start moving towards people's houses and moving towards communities, and that could put lives again at risk. And this is a concern for many communities there, and also concern for authorities here. They are saying that already in Nkomazi alone, they are considering declaring a state of disaster there because of the damage and the extent of the damage, because now they still have to quantify this extent of the damages in Nkomazi just alone, and also other municipalities have also been affected. We talk about Bushbuckridge, where also it's a poor municipality that will need a lot of help, and also the people that are living in these municipalities, they're also quite poor and they need help as soon as possible, because people are saying that they don't have food, they have not cooked because they don't have electricity, or they're afraid to start using electricity because everything is wet in their house.
All right, Tumelo, thank you so much for that update. That's SABC News reporter Tumelo Machogo, who's live for us all the way from Mbombela there in Mpumalanga, giving us an overview in terms of what has transpired since those torrential rains wreaked havoc in that region.